Just det, nu är vi i Punkvins studio igen och jag har 4 Moselkillar här. 4 de här unga vinmakarna från Moseljünger. Och 4 olika producenter från olika vinerier är här och hälsar på. Och därför så tänkte Punkvin att blindprova dem på 3 tyska Rieslings. För det är ju precis det de ska kunna, eller hur? De kan Riesling, påstår de, så nu upp till bevis. Vi har 3 olika sorter, eller 3 Riesling från 3 olika regioner. Och den första ser vi här. Och 2:an och 3:an.
Det är Sander från Rheinhessen.
Jag kan inte säga högt.
Künstler från, hör inte. Künstler från Rheingau, Christian från Pfalz. It's more like before that you did before.
Yeah!
Åh, det Axel kan det!
Wir singen oder? Nee, ich habe nicht so einfach gewählt, das ist kein Problem.
So, do we start with the first glass?
The number one.
Number
Axel.
1.
We can... No.
I think it's a Riesling from
Germany.
Germany, I think.
Are you surprised over this hard task that you were given? You look shocked, all of you.
No.
I think it's the first one is maybe a little bit more south. So maybe Nahe, maybe Pfalz region. I guess Pfalz region.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just continue.
I was thinking it is not Pfalz, I was thinking it's more close to where we are from.
Okay.
It's not very salty,
No.
so the acidity is quite low.
Yeah, this is very good.
A little ripe already. A year older or 2,
Very light.
but it's light. I could imagine that's a Mosel Riesling or Nahe Riesling.
Mosel.
I don't think it's Pfalz.
And Barris, what do you think?
Well, I go more with Sebastian. I don't think it's a Pfalz wine. Not sure. Yeah, it's quite. It has quite minerals for me, but I don't agree that it's low in acidity. I think it's quite there, the acidity for me.
So,
I go with Axel in this case. I also, when I smell it and when I taste, as we say, in my opinion, also acidity is quite low in here.
yeah.
And the body and something in the character says me it's Pfalz. That was my first impression too.
Alltså då ska ni veta att de här 4 killarna, de jobbar med vin och med just såna här viner varenda dag och tillverkar dem, plockar druvorna, tillverkar dem, vinifierar, går, provar från faten hela tiden regelbundet medan de ligger och, eller tankarna medan de ligger och bubblar.
De är ju från Mosel i sig allihopa.
De är från Mosel allihopa, men ändå.
Can I change my mind?
You can always change your mind. That's okay. What do you say about the second?
I don't know. It could be Mosel because we have the minerality from slate stones. I really have it. It's quite intensive wine. But from body, maybe I think it's Nahe region.
The second one. The second one is okay.
I think it's Nahe region. Maybe Emrich, Schönleber,
No.
or Schäfer-Fröhlich.
More close.
That direction.
Okay. And what do you say? Did you want to change your first?
When I tried the second and the first, I think the first is more traditionally, more maybe vintage older, but more round already. And this one is much more powerful, much more intense, and it's much more modern. It has much more fruit flavor, maybe a little colder fermented. But it could be Mosel, and the first one is maybe it could be Pfalz too. I'm not sure. The second could be more modern Mosel style, I think.
More modern Mosel style, okay.
So second is definitely more concentrated. You have much more the alcohol in the on the palate.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more fiery than the first one. It has definitely more aroma. So I would go for Mosel as well with this one.
Okay.
I have to once again agree with Axel. I'm quite.
Okay.
He shouldn't have said that, but in here I think you have a very clear fruitiness in direction yellow fruits. And we went to Na a couple of 2 weeks ago, and I think to remember this type of wine. So maybe Kruger style or the ones Axel said before, but I would go for Na here.
Okay. And the third one, Axel.
I think it's quite cream, quite acidful, a lot of acid. And I think the acid is a hint more aggressive and harder than in a Mosel wine. It could be a Mosel wine, of course, but I think this could be Rheingau region. Because it has quite the tight, a little bit more. I think sometimes there's more like a dancing acid, but it has some acid. Maybe could be a more southern region and in a cooler site. But for me, this could be Rheingau.
Okay. Okay, move on. You'll have the faucet later.
Will be plain.
Yeah, it could be Rheingau, but it's not slate, or not only slate. It could also be some other parts of the Mosel, not the mid-Mosel. Maybe some, like you said, like Saar Valley, or some more warmer region, less mineral soil. But it's very intense and very powerful. I don't think the acidity is as high. I think it's much more like the alcohol is a little higher. It's a little richer. It's maybe 1.5 volume% more than the first one, I think.
It's very young, I think.
Yeah, young too.
Really,
the second and the third is even younger than the second, but the other one.
And it's low in sugar. It's very dry.
That's what you say.
So my first impression was Saar Valley maybe. For me, it's a very crisp, clean style, but also a little bit more traditional style. So you have a little bit of. First, I taste a little bit of like petrolic flavors in the bag. Maybe it's caused by the alcohol. I don't know, but I would go for Saar.
Yeah, similar to me, I think it's also the quite lighter style. It's quite a higher acidity, but a nice acidity. That also would have been on the Saar or on the Ruhr. So some colder part of the northern regions. In my opinion, Mosel, so Saar.
What do you think about the quality of the wines?
They're all good.
All good quality.
All good.
Okay.
For me, I would prefer number second.
The second one, do you think
because it has most inner concentration. The first one is for me the maybe the smoothest, easiest wine, but yeah, a little bit. This is from the inner concentration, maybe the weakest wine, but they're all good. And second is best, and three is a nice style I personally like.
Okay, and you, which one did you like best?
I was thinking the first one was a little made more traditional and from a very, very warm vintage. I preferred the second one, the 7th and Axel, because it's well balanced. It's still a good fruit flavor. And the third was a little like a bit little. It's quite young, but already some like petrol because of the high alcohol, I think. So I would prefer the second.
Yeah, for me the second is also the best one for me personally, because I'm a little bit more the fruit-driven guy. So I think the first and the third wines are more like puristic in its flavors, and the second offers much more complexity and fruitiness.
Okay. You think the same?
I think the same. Sorry.
Now for the faucet.
I think you like Rheingau, all of you, because the second one is Künstler Rheingau. So it's an ordinary Riesling Trocken. We try to get wines in the similar
range of pricing.
quality range. And the last is Pfalz.
Okay.
Riesman.
That's okay. That's surprising.
And it's only 12%
Okay.
alcohol.
It's more.
This is
Why?
12.5. 14. And the first one I don't know at all. Gustav bought it today. Sander
It's
from
from
Rheinhessen. I never heard about it.
It's organic. It's a big winery. It's
Yeah, how many of you were right on any wine?
No.
You don't have one? Did you have one?
We had been with first wine close with Pfalz and Rheinhessen.
Did you have any?
Sander is
Did you have any?
Germany 0 points.
Germany 0 points. I was saying that was.
But I must say, you described Rheingau as I would describe Rheingau for the sommelier students. It's much more round and it's more concentrated. It's much more.
So I'm the winner.
So you really described this as a Rheingau, but then you said something else.
Yeah, okay.
Because I think the description of Rheingau.
But the region
Like
where
that.
Künstler is a little bit different than the region next to Rue de Seine.
But if you compare to Mosel.
Well, it's so. What is Mosel? What is typical for Mosel? Mosel is so different.
Today
different.
Yeah.
So different vineyard sites. So different soil types. It's not one style.
No.
But if here would be a Mosel wine, it would be definitely the best wine.
Yes.
But we have no more.
So you just.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and later we eat something first, and then you have to describe your project.
Cheers.
So cheers.
Cheers.
Yes.
And welcome to Stockholm and Punkvin studio. So what's your project?
We are all winemakers from Mosel. We all have our own family estates in Mosel, and we together create the Frequine by Riesling. We are
That's me, the coolest one.
okay. You can introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Markus from CH Barris Estate in Urzig.
And that is,
That's me. That's Thomas from Ludwig Estate in Turnich.
and that is me, Axel Pauli from Axel Pauli Weingut in Lisa.
And that's me, which is Sebastian. I'm from Trier, the city of Trier, and our estate is called Deutsch Herrenhof.
And we all do wines together, and we know each other from Wine University in Geisenheim, and we do a lot of events in Mosel, and also we communicate a lot about wine and discuss a lot about wine, and then after drink a lot of wine. And after many bottles of wine, we had the idea to do wine together and decide our wineries. And the idea was to have a wine, to do a wine that is a typical Mosel wine that has minerality of the Mosel, and for us really important was that it is maybe focusing on a modern consumer, that it gets more younger people to Mosel wine, because Mosel is a quite complicated region. You have to know a little bit about it, and also we want to tell a story.
Känner man måste det så
Yeah, you should drink it.
Break for you.
Yeah.
So.
You
Not talk
always
about it,
wait
drink
for
it.
drinking, not always talking.
There must be time for drinking.
Cheers.
But you can't drink it in Stockholm, but you can take Viking Line boat.
Yeah. It's on all the Viking lines,
Great.
and you can buy it there in the shops and have it in all of the restaurants. So it's the house wine, ship wine at the moment. Yeah, we're very proud on that that we have.
But I
Such a
don't
customer.
think you mentioned the grape.
The grape is Riesling, of course.
Of course.
It's a Mosel wine, and what other grape we
There
should
are
choose.
Müller-Thurgau.
Or Canon.
But we want
But I thought it was a New
uh,
Zealand grape.
we want not only a commercial wine that many people should like. We want also an authentic wine, and therefore we have to use the Riesling grape because that's our authentic grape. And you have the minerality of the steep stones, slate stones in the wine. So it's on one side commercial, on the other side it is serious. Also, a sommelier or wine expert will describe this as a serious, authentic Mosel wine, and that's important on the other side as well.
Yeah.
Take a cruise.
Take a
Fruity and very food friendly with Swedish gastronomy. Especially the Swedish smörgåsbord. And easy to drink without any food as well.
Yeah, that's what the best is. It is with food good, and you can drink it always without food. Yeah.
All night.
Yeah. And you're fresh in the morning afterwards as well.